First round action in the East. The Auburn Tigers and St. Joe's ready to tip. Let's send you there live.
Welcome to the St. Pete Times Forum in Tampa, Florida. First round action from the East. The number 10 seed Auburn taking on 7th seeded St. Joseph's. This is the first of 4 games in Tampa today. The winner here will meet the survivor of the Wake Forest East Tennessee State game, which is coming up next. And welcome everybody. Ian Eagle along with Jim Spinarkle. It's day 2 of the NCAA Tournament, and this St. Joseph's team has quietly become one of the most consistent performers in the Atlantic 10. Jim, they say guard play is such a key ingredient to winning this tournament. Well, St. Joe's has one of the best backcourts in the nation.
Well, they do, Ian. They're a very good backcourt. The problem is they've had some problems with their health, and Delonte West is one of those guys who's had a problem with a stress fracture in the right ankle. So obviously he's been struggling. We'll see what happens with him today. But really, Jameer Nelson is what makes this St. Joe's team so good. He goes up and down the floor. Defensively, he's terrific on the point. St. Joe's as a team is very good defensively, but he likes to really push the basketball, look for his own shots. Keep in mind, he'll take advantage of people at the end of games, but in the beginning of this basketball game, he should come out and try to make himself an impact.
As for Auburn, they were probably one of the last teams to get an at-large bid, but once you get here, nobody's thinking about that, nobody's talking about that. They've won 6 consecutive first-round games in the NCAA Tournament, coming out of the very tough SEC, and they've got a senior leader in Marquise Daniels that is among the best versatile players in the country.
Versatility is the key word with him, because at both ends of the floor, he really knows how to play this game. He loves to slash through the lane, look for opportunities, but also can shoot the ball. A 30% shooter from long range, averaging about 18 points a game. Just like Nelson at his end of the floor, watch for Daniels to get involved very early in this game.
Cliff Ellis has been at it for a long time. His 9th year at Auburn, 28th year overall as a Division I head coach. And let's take a look at the starting lineups for this one. First for the Tigers, Daniels, Killingsworth, Davis up front, Bird and Monroe in the backcourt. For St. Joe's, Carroll, Mallon, the 7-footer Sazanoff. Barley will get the start in place of Delonte West, but West is available, and of course Jameer Nelson, the point guard. Phil Martelli, now in his 8th year as head coach of the Hawks and his 3rd appearance in the NCAA Tournament. He has a record of 3-2 in NCAA Tournament play. Mallon shot doesn't go. Sazanoff can't handle it, and Monroe whips it ahead for Auburn.
Carroll with the find defensively.
Daniels, rainbow 3, and Auburn gets its first points of the day.
Carroll reacted quickly to find Daniels, but Daniels so good, as we just touched on, can shoot the ball from long range, right at 30% on the year, but a guy you just have to focus on every second on the floor at the offensive end.
Keep in mind, Daniels has played some point guard for this team. He's played every position as Nelson answers with a 3 of his own. St. Joe's with a 4-3 advantage.
Well, he mentioned with Barley, he's very, very good at the point.
Lewis Monroe, 6'5" point guard. He has developed into a steady playmaker this year.
Great look.
Daniels hooks a pass inside, and Killingsworth with a bank shot.
That's a body read just then, too, by Daniels.
Rebound fought for, and it's controlled by Killingsworth.
He gets 6 boards a game. He really goes after the basketball nicely, Killingsworth.
Daniels against Carroll got some help defense. Pass looped outside. Monroe inside, and a big finish by Davis.
See, that's one of the strengths that they can take advantage of.
It's just about 4 minutes gone by first half. Mallon, the freshman. Sazanoff. Off the window.
We'll take it. Straight away. You usually don't see that one off the glass.
Delonte West has come into the game for St. Joe, seeing his first action. Daniels, the jump shot.
Wow.
Whoa! What a follow dunk by Kyle Davis.
Oh, baby. Man, was that ever a follow. How about the extension on the arm?
Bryant has come into the game as well for St. Joe's. West's first attempt, in and out, and Killingsworth with a box out.
Actually looked okay getting that shot off, but defensively you can see him turning. That's a problem.
Daniels, nifty move as he uses the window.
Now lateral movement for West will be a problem with.
Despite the 2 personal fouls, Killingsworth for Robinson. New shot clock for Auburn to work with. Here's Monroe.
There's a mistake defensively.
Nathan Watson, who just checked in. A walk-on has knocked down his first attempt at Robinson. St. Joe's recovers defensively. Chris Lawler, junior college transfer from Birmingham, Alabama. Junior in the game. Davis, another slam.
They are doing a remarkable job. A few other times are right in his face.
Carroll currently number 3 in the nation in three-point percentage.
Good look.
Sazonov, pump fake, and a two-handed slammer.
Great patience, too, by the big fella.
And Chet Stakaitis is coming to the game for St. Joe's. His first action, a freshman from St. Augustine, Florida. He has 16 tickets for this one. Friends and family on hand. Jump shot. Bird knocks it down from deep. His first attempt of the day from the field comes in the first minute of the second half. Daniels crosses over for the floater.
Boy, is he ever crafty with the basketball just then. A little bit of a slide, a little bit of a cut. And Carroll's struggling from long range to get his shots off, really not getting fresh looks at all.
10 points for Daniels. Auburn 34, St. Joseph's 19, just underway here in the second half. As St. Joe's cannot find its identity on offense. Mallon a three. The freshman, 6'10", showing off his range. Killingsworth puts it off the rim, no good. Nelson, smallest man on the floor with a rebound.
Going to try to pick it up a bit.
Weaving through traffic. Carroll, little contact on the outside. Wow, Barley had it blocked. Great extension by Davis. St. Joe's holds on to it.
Boy, did he ever come from a long way.
Nelson penetration, high off the glass, and a circus shot for Jameer Nelson.
Now all of a sudden, allowing him to get back into that play.
Shot clock is down to 12. Monroe will toss it in. Killingsworth breaks free for a layup and one. Sazonov, the foul on the inside. That's number 3.
Get on the blocks.
Dwayne Jones has come in to replace Sazonov in foul trouble. Just over 4 minutes elapsed in the second half.
And once again, the good matchup of Daniels and Carroll out front.
Off the back end, Jones. The backup center, the freshman.
His shot looks fine. He's just not getting it to go down for him.
Nelson in a crowd. Finds an opening as he puts it off the glass and in.
And that's what I touched on at the half. What you can see just evolving with a basketball team. And clearly right now, this is St. Joseph's stage. Let's see what they can do.
Give and go. Nelson, count it. It's goaltending as Nelson was able to squeeze his way through towards the rim.
They're not getting the ball on the blocks as much as they did in the first half.
Nelson trying to catch Auburn napping. Flare to the corner. West, jump shot is good.
That is huge right there. Huge.
Turnovers for Auburn. Robinson picks up his 3rd foul for the Tigers. St. Joe's with a chance to tie or take the lead as we hit 13 minutes to go, second half.
I'm sure Phil Martelli was very disappointed in the first half, but now he's feeling good over there.
Nelson for the tie. Got it! Against West, shot clock at 12. Davis way outside.
Have to get something going towards the basket. Here's
Daniels off the glass. Smooth move by Marquise Daniels. Auburn's leading scorer. He's got 12. Auburn 39, St. Joseph's 37. We approach 11 minutes to go here in the second half from Tampa. Carroll feeding the post for St. Joe's. Looking for the tie. It's Jones. Puts it in. 9 points off the bench for the redshirt freshman. Shooting in the second half, 52%.
Let's see if Auburn can do it and get it going towards the basket. Here's a guy, Daniels, who has to take control.
5 to shoot, a 3. Knocks it down.
Boy, right on cue, huh?
Marquise Daniels with a rainbow jumper.
Ball hits the floor, you know you're doing something well defensively. If that ball comes off, hits the floor, guys are blocking out pretty well.
West, a jumper. He buries it, a 3.
Boy, does he ever look like a different player? It's amazing. Auburn on the blocks.
Davis comes towards the ball, give and go. Daniels, got it, and one. Marquise Daniels able to redirect his body underneath the rim.
Path going towards the basket, but keep in mind the shots have been lofted pretty high, so they've been difficult traffic type shots going to the basket. This is where the perimeter shooters is so important. Watch for the flares and the long range shots.
Shot clock down to 7. Nelson, yes! Jameer Nelson with the leaner. He's got 24.
Against Notre Dame for the very last second shot, but I don't believe in that. I believe that you really run yourself out of chances there. I catch it and I make something happen quickly right now, and I don't wait for the last second shot. Let's see what happens.
Daniels with Auburn down 1, a 3. Knocks it down!
Wow, was that ever big and confident at the same time?
6 seconds left. Marquise Daniels calmly hits the trifecta to give Auburn the 2-point lead. Timeout. Daniels has 20.
Auburn does not want this ball going over the top of this full court pressure. That's where they make an adjustment. Good move.
They get it into Nelson. 4 seconds left. Nelson using his speed. 2 seconds. Nelson gets hit with half a second remaining.
And clearly you have to give spacing on the drive to the basket. A lot of people say bury the whistles and let the play end the game. Body going towards the basket. The tendency is to be nervous at the line. Get that little shoulder going towards the basket and you follow through and hope for the follow through and the roll.
First team All-Atlantic 10 performer for the tie. Count it.
Doesn't get any better than this.
No timeouts remaining. Daniels throws it in. Monroe almost got it to go. Off the window at the horn. We are going to overtime. 57-57 Auburn St. Joe's.
Look, there's nothing there for Auburn in the first minute or so here.
This season, St. Joseph's limited opponents to 59 points per game. Up in the air, Nelson on a kick out. Gets it back from Barley. A three. Knocks it down.
Nelson is in rhythm as well as you can playing basketball right now, but Barley with a terrific decision and unselfish play to let Nelson get the ball back in a spot where he's comfortable shooting it. Still have to start going to the basket if you're Auburn.
On a spin move, Killingsworth. And St. Joe's wanted to travel.
Once again, it was Jones stepping in, but a terrific recovery just then by Killingsworth. The ability as a lefty to get that shot off in traffic.
60-59, St. Joseph's in front. 2:48 to go in OT. West against Daniels.
Can he put the ball on the floor and go by Daniels? Will be a question in this overtime.
Nelson hits the three.
West may not need to go by anybody if Nelson steps up as he is.
Nelson uses it, 13 to shoot. Another one from Jones. Nelson, step back, off the rim. And Davis controls it, gets it ahead for Daniels.
Nice, Chris.
Goes around West and slams it through.
You see that little crossover just then when he caught the basketball? Terrific recognition by Daniels. What?
Nelson goes by him. Kick out. Barley with 8 to shoot. Backs it out. Shot clock is down to 6.
Has to go quickly.
It's all Nelson right now. High floater, front rim. And rebounded by Auburn's Davis.
Don't think shot blockers don't play an impact part of this basketball game when they don't even block a shot, but they sure do alter them.
Feeding in the post area. Killingsworth. Double team comes. Cutter. Daniels. To go. And a foul. Auburn with a chance to take the lead at the free throw line.
Is Daniels ever stepping up?
45.2 remaining in OT. 24 points for Daniels, but 1 of 3 from the line for the lead. He converts. 64-63 Auburn.
Well, there was no one initially behind him, and he just rolled towards the basket. But did Auburn as a team ever react big time?
St. Joe's down by a point. Barley on the perimeter. 7 seconds to shoot.
Davis is going to try to block everything going towards the basket.
Offensive foul on Barley, fending off as Monroe took the bump. What a crucial play in the final seconds of OT, 14.2.
And now you clearly extend if you're St. Joseph's right now. You're down the point, and watch the arm come out. It's a good call. Position was there, arm extends. That's the easiest call for an official because you see the extension. Now you go for a quick steal right here if you're St. Joseph's, and you play the fouling game.
They get it in. Watson back for Daniels. Over to Watson.
Oh, a lot of time going off the clock, though, right now by Auburn.
Playing keep away, and in addition, they get it to the best free throw shooter on the team, Derek Bird. Timeout, they have not. Auburn 64, St. Joseph 63. We are in overtime in Tampa, Florida. Derek Bird, 80% from the free throw line, a transfer from Central Michigan. He has been a senior leader for Cliff Ellis's team. First one. Back of the iron. No timeouts remaining. So St. Joseph's on a made free throw will have to rush down the floor in a hurry. Off a miss, you could have a chaotic situation. 8.5 left in OT. Auburn up by 1. Here's Derek Bird. 2-point lead for the Tigers.
Here we go.
Nelson brings it across. 4 seconds left. Kick out West. Carroll doesn't have a point today. It'll stay that way. Out of bounds. It's over. Are they going to put time on the clock?
Yep, they're going to talk about it, that's for sure.
The Auburn Tigers trying to make their way towards their bench.
May have been a whistle before the horn just then. Would not be surprised to see them put a little time on the clock right now. Auburn basketball.
St. Joseph's.
That's smart. Just get it up in the air and look for a bat.
And that's it. The Auburn Tigers hold on in overtime. Their 7th straight first-round victory. And they did it the hard way. 65-63 over St. Joseph's. So the number 10 seed in the East moves on to the second round. They will meet the winner of the Wake Forest East Tennessee State game, which is coming up momentarily. Chevrolet, most valuable players of the game. Marquise Daniels, 25 for Auburn. Jameer Nelson, what an effort. 32 in a losing cause for St. Joseph's. 65-63. Auburn wins it in overtime. Greg Gumbel will be coming up. Scores, highlights the rest of the day from the studio.